Maryland sheriff says he's glad to be part of President Trump's war on the infamously ruthless gang MS-13. The president recently met with several top law enforcement officers from the region, including Frederick County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins. WJZ's in Frederick County, George Solis with details of their meeting.
Sheriff Jenkins sitting down with WJZ, telling us that despite a well-known zero tolerance for the gang, MS-13 continues to infiltrate the county. The sheriff confident that meetings like these will hopefully lead to the demise of the violent gang. A gang with a well-established history of brutal violence along the East Coast, including here in Maryland, has shown no signs of slowing down. MS-13, which has strong ties to El Salvador, has been connected to a series of heinous crimes in Montgomery, Anne Arundel, and Frederick counties, to name a few. Sheriff Chuck Jenkins.
We've seen everything from aggravated assault on police officers, rape of young teenage girls. We've seen brutal beheadings. We've seen everything here in Frederick County.
Sheriff Jenkins, one of several top law enforcement officials that met with President Trump Tuesday to discuss the growing threat of the MS-13 gang across the region, a gang the president himself has referred to as animals.
Basically declared war on MS-13. He's serious. He's going to bring the full force of federal law enforcement down on them, and it's going to involve local law enforcement, and I think it should.
Frederick County already screens for violent illegal immigrants once arrested, a program in partnership with Immigration and Customs Enforcement that Harford County entered into a little more than a year ago.
These are offenders who are not only here in the country illegally, but that have committed acts that the federal government feels that they shouldn't be returned to the community. And
immigration advocates condemning the program.
This extra fear that immigrants will go further into the shadows.
The sheriff offering this rebuttal to critics who disapprove of an immigration crackdown, saying here in Frederick County, there's no indication members of the immigrant community are afraid to come forward to police.
There are protections in place, and they know this. If you're the victim of a crime or a witness to a crime, even if you're in this country illegally, there are protections for you.
The sheriff going as far as comparing the violent gang to terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. In Frederick County, George Solis reporting for WJZ.
The sheriff tells WJZ he hopes his input will be integral in future policy that could lead to the end to the violence.